Hey everybody, Mike McElroy here with Center Coast Realty. It's time for our September West Loop real estate market update. Get excited. Before we get into it though, if you want to know what's going on a particular property of yours that you maybe own or maybe you've got your eye on, and you'd like to have a better idea of what that home is worth on the market right now, fill out the form below with your name, email address, and the address of the home you want to know about. We will send you some comparable sales so you know exactly what that home would be worth on the open market today. All right, let's jump into it. West Loop, good news. Home prices have gone up for the past 2 months. Wanted to start on a high note this time. Home prices went down a little bit for the first 6-7 months of the year, and the past 2 months, they've basically come back up almost to where they were at the start of the year. So what's going on there? Interest rates are helping a lot. People can just afford to spend a little bit more, so they're buying slightly more expensive places. That moves everybody up. And some people who maybe couldn't have afforded to buy in the first place are able to get what they want, and they buy some of the more affordable places. Everything moves on up, so that's good. On the other side of things, if you own a home in the West Loop, September wasn't great. September was actually the worst month for demand in terms of number of homes under contract in the past couple of years by a decent amount. That said, over the past 3 months, demand has been about the same as it has been for the past couple of years. So we're staying fairly steady on the demand side. On the supply side, there are a lot more homes on the market than there have been in the West Loop for a long time. Once again, in September, home sellers added 70% more new listings to the market than they did in the past couple of years. That's a big, big increase, folks. So how do you play this? Let me talk to the buyers out there first. This might be the best time to buy a home in the West Loop in a long time. The area is still really desirable. Like I keep saying, demand is steady. We haven't seen that dip very much, just really in this past month. It's 1 month, we'll keep an eye on it. But for the most part, demand's holding strong. It's just that everyone's selling right now in the West Loop. So for you, if you're a buyer, that means you have a ton more options. You have more negotiation leverage. You can get a better deal on a home, and you'll have more choices. Eventually, this inventory will work itself out, whether it's in 6 months or a year, and prices will start to increase again, and that will be good for you and your equity. All right, home sellers, thinking about selling your West Loop condo this year? Please don't. There's too many homes for sale already. If you really need to sell your home, you need to be prepared that you're going to have to be more aggressive on your pricing, and your staging game is going to have to be on point. So that means no clutter, that means no dated finishes, and that means you have to keep your place sparkling at all times for all showings. If you can afford to wait at all, I would recommend sitting it out until next year. Things always get better in the spring. It might not be that we're completely through all this inventory, but we will be in a better spot come February or March. One caveat, it might get a little bit better in November. Interest rates are very low. People want to move right now. And I think right now the election is sucking a lot of the air out of the room. And sometimes what we see and what we saw in 2016 is that after the election was over, people got back out into the market. They actually moved up their home buying plans from 2017 to late 2016. So outside chance, that's a stretch prediction that could happen this year. Something to keep an eye on, and of course, we'll keep you posted. If that's something you might want to bank on, you definitely want to reach out to us, because we'll be able to let you know that as it's happening rather than just waiting for our market report to come out the month after. If you're sort of in between and you might sell, now's a really good time to jump on the private listing network. As some of the top agents in the city, we have access to a couple of those options. We can put you out there. You won't accrue market time, but you will have the opportunity for the most serious buyers to see your listing and potentially come by and put it in an offer. You don't have to keep your place quite as shipshape all the time, because there just aren't as many showings. Move up buyers. If you're in the market for more space, you've kind of got to play this from both ends. When you buy more space, like I said, the market's a little bit better. That said, bigger homes are in higher demand, and the larger the home is, the more demand there is for it. And on the complete opposite end of that, if you're looking for a place out in the suburbs that has a lot of space, that has a yard, that's a very hot commodity right now. And that's actually very much a seller's market. So if you make the move to purchase significantly more space right now, you're actually going to pay up for it. If you're buying in another city center neighborhood, you might actually be able to take advantage of this buyer's market, but just know that when you go to sell, that you're going to be selling for less than you could if you waited it out a little bit in general. So Bottom line is the more space you're buying, the more you'll pay. The less space you're selling, the less you're gonna sell for. If you wanna have your cake and eat it too, you might be able to, depending on what you wanna buy and what you wanna sell. Like I said, come talk to us. Fill out one of the forms below. We'll reach out to you and we can talk to you about your specific situation. No pressure, no obligations. We're here to be a resource for you and tell you what the best move is for you. So that's it. It's another month of realty in the books. Make sure to stop by next month and we'll let you know what happened in October in Chicago's exciting West Loop real estate market. We'll see you next time.